Hey guys, welcome back to another sports stuff video. Today I'm here with Nick's picks of the week for week 3 of the NFL season. If you do enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit notification bell to be notified when I post next. Let's get into the video. Go. Obviously, on Thursday Night Football, we had the Browns and Steelers. Steelers at Browns for the Thursday Night Football. And the Browns did walk away with the W that day. There was a couple moments in that game where I really thought the Steelers might come back. You know, they almost got that kick. They almost got the onside kick return. Thankfully, DPJ kicked it out of bounds. But yeah, the Browns, they ended the game with a fumble recovery touchdown with Denzel Ward. Doesn't really matter. We were going to win that game anyway at that point. It was like in the last 5 seconds. But he still, on the stat sheets has a fumble recovery touchdown in the season. And Myles Garrett has a sack strip fumble. But it didn't really impact the game whatsoever. Neither one of them all game really did anything, which is kind of upsetting. But Browns at Steelers, I did pick the Browns. I'm 1-0 this week. Next up, we have the Raiders and the Titans. My opinion, I think the Raiders are gonna win this game. I think the Raiders have more. They need to win this game. But the Titans, I'm not a big fan of the Titans. My prediction for a score as well. I think it's probably gonna be about a 21-7 score. I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game. Obviously, 21 isn't low scoring, but for the Raiders' standards, what their offense was supposed to be, that's pretty low scoring. But I do think it's to be the Raiders 21-7 against the Titans at the Titans. Tennessee's really fallen off the ropes. Taylor Lewan is now officially out for the season. Derrick Henry will not be able to get any yardage because of his offensive line. And the receivers haven't really shown that they can be reliable yet. Now, is that Ryan Tannehill? Is that the receivers? We'll see. But I think this is going to be the game where Malik Willis comes in at halftime and might take the starting job for the rest of the year from Ryan Tannehill. Next up is the Ravens at the Patriots. I'm taking the Ravens. The Ravens really should win this game. Honestly, I'm going to do like a 35-14 prediction where the Ravens do beat the Patriots. The Ravens, I said at the beginning of the season, I said 14, not 24. The Ravens, in my opinion, are going to be one of the best teams in the AFC or NFL. They have one of the most complete rosters outside of really wide receiver, having that star-studded wide receiver. They have a very deep roster. Lamar Jackson's on an MVP campaign. They did lose last week to the Dolphins in a heartbreaker, so I think this week they're going to come out ready to beat whoever they're going to face. That being the Patriots, who don't really have the defense or offense to win this game. Next up is the Bengals at Jets. I am going to be taking the Bengals. I'm going to go, let's go 17-14. I think, why does it keep saying 27? I think it's to be a game-winning field goal by Evan McPherson is what's going to happen. Whoa. There we go. I think 17-14 Bengals over the Jets is what's going to happen. It's going to be a game-winning field goal by Evan McPherson. Last couple seconds. He's a kick the field goal, walk-off field goal, win the game for the Bengals, their first game of the season. And Evan McPherson really hasn't had that game yet this season where it's like, oh, this is the best kicker in the league. Like he had last playoffs and last season. He was the best rookie kicker, was one of the best rookie kickers of all time. And he's having a little bit of a slump so far. I think Evan McPherson comes back, kicks a game-winning field goal. I think Joe Burrow plays a lot better in the Jets game. But this defense for the Bengals, I just don't trust that secondary still. They're not bad, but they're definitely not to where I thought they'd be. And with the Jets and all their receivers, I think Joe Flacco / Zach Wilson, whoever does play, if it is Joe Flacco, I think he'll be able to do whatever he wants against the Bengals defense. Next up is the Chiefs at the Colts. I think the Chiefs are going to win 35-21. I think it's still going to be a good game for the Chiefs. They're still going to be able to score in 5 or 6 possessions. And the Colts, they still don't have Shaq Leonard. Their offense is struggling. Everyone is hurt. And Matt Ryan is not as good as we thought he'd be with the Colts. That offensive line is regressing for some reason. But I do believe that the Chiefs will beat the Colts. And the Colts, it's a really bad start to their season. If you guys don't know, I did have the Colts winning the AFC South. But, probably around week 10, I'm going to do my midseason awards and my midseason predictions. Let's just say I may not have the Colts winning the division anymore. Next up is the Bills at the Dolphins. Now, this is going to be a close game. I think it's going to be Bills 31, Dolphins 28. I think the Bills are going to win yet again by a field goal. Now, it's not going to be a game-winning field goal, but I think that the Dolphins are going to make a comeback in the second half. It's going to be like 28-7 going into halftime. The Dolphins are going to score multiple times in the second half. Their defense is going to hold Josh Allen in the second half to the point where all they can do is score a field goal, and the Dolphins won't be able to make the full comeback. But it'll be close to where we'll be saying, wow, Tua in that Dolphins team looks better than we expected, and they can win any given week. And the Bills, you can be like, okay, they're a really good team, but they're not a super team. They scored 28 in the first half, only 3 points in the second half. Come on, we expected more from you. I think that's gonna be the dynamic of, the Bills still own the division, but the Dolphins are up and coming. They could be a playoff team this year. And if the Dolphins win this game, Mike McDaniel should win Coach of the Year, in my opinion. Next up is the Jags at Chargers. I am taking the Jaguars. This is going to be a very easy upset. I think it's going to be a 24 to, I don't know, 24 to 13. I'm going to say 24 to 13. That's going to be 1 touchdown, 2 field goals. I think the Jaguars are underrated. Their defense is very underrated so far in this season. I'm surprised how good they've been. Justin Herbert is still hurt. Corey Linsley is still hurt. Keenan Allen is still hurt. J.C. Jackson is still hurt. They still have a linebacker that I really like. They have a good pass rush, but they haven't really done a whole lot together yet. But that offense is hurt. And with Justin Herbert with broken ribs and broken cartilage, I just want to see him healthy this week. I'd rather they sit him and just start Chase Daniel. And if that's the case, I think the Jaguars 100% will win this game. Next up is the Texans at the Bears. I am going to go with the Texans. Probably in a low-scoring match, 14 to 10. I think it's going to be a lot of defense in this game, to the point where the Texans, they can't, because the Bears have a very young and underrated defense, and the Texans have a very young, underrated offense. So I think those two are going to clash. I don't think this Bears offense is going to be able to do a whole lot against Derek Stingley, against Jalen Petrie, and Christian Kirksey looked really good last week. 32-year-old Christian Kirksey might be having a rebound year somehow. But I think the Texans are going to barely win this game. It's going to be a low-scoring affair, but it's still going to be a good game. If I'm a Bears fan, I think you walk away from this game saying, man, if we just hit that one big throw, that one big catch, the one big stop, we win this game. And I think that's what's going to happen to the Bears fans this coming week. But the Texans, I do have winning 14 to 10. Next up is the 49ers and Broncos. I'm taking 49ers. Again, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be 38 to 31. So 38 to 31. So that's 5 touchdowns and an interception, and that's 4 touchdowns. In a field goal, 4 touchdowns and a field goal. This is why I think the Broncos are gonna really start kicking in the gear. Like, oh man, this Broncos team is actually really good now. But they face the 49ers, who have Jimmy G back. I think they're going to score a lot of rushing touchdowns. This 49ers team, now that Jimmy G's at the helm, I know what their floor is. Their floor is 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 ground touchdowns. That's the offensive scheme with Jimmy Garoppolo. And I'm going to trust that offensive scheme over Nathaniel Hackett, who's really been, pretty bad starting out this season. But I think the Broncos, this could be the game where they turn it around. They do lose this game, but I think this is the game where they start turning it around for the better. Next up, we have the Lions at the Vikings, and I'm doing an upset. I'm taking the Lions. This is going to be a 28. Oh, not 38. It's going to be a 28. Why does it keep saying 3? This is going to be a. Why is it doing this? 28 to 25 game. I think this is going to be where the Vikings defense, this for some reason cannot get a hold of this Lions offense. This Lions offense has been amazing starting out the year. Ben Johnson, their offensive coordinator, who's his first year coordinating, has been special. This defense has been special. Like, the Lions have been a very good unit so far into this season, and the Vikings have also been a good unit. But we've seen that if you cover Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins can't do nothing. If you get pressure, Kirk Cousins can't do nothing. And I think that the Lions have the personnel to potentially cover Justin Jefferson and that defensive line to do something. Now, the Vikings still have a very good offensive defense. And so I still have them scoring 25 points. But I just think that I think the Lions going to do what they're going to do. That's my opinion. I'm very excited for that upset. Next up is the Eagles Commanders. I am picking the Eagles in this game. You guys know I'm a very big guy on the Eagles. My prediction, probably going to be, let's go 30. Let's go through. Let's go 34. I think it's gonna be a good scoring game though. 34 to 27. I think Dustin Hopkins will miss a field goal to where it's not a 5-point game. A 6-point game instead of a full 7-point game. I think Carson Wentz is gonna have a good game still. He's going to throw for over 350 yards, over 2 touchdowns, probably a couple interceptions. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be efficient. I think this defense is going to be all over the field. I think the Eagles will be able to pull out and end Carson Wentz's revenge game against a team that traded him 2 years ago. But I do believe that the Eagles are going to be able to walk away with this win. and they'd be what? They'd be 3-0, 2-1 at the week 3 points. And I think they could easily sweep the Cowboys now, considering that's Cooper Rush. But I do think that this game is gonna be a good high-scoring game. Next up is the Saints-Panthers. It's gonna be the Saints winning this game. The Panthers have been completely putrid. They'll get 14. They'll get 14 points, but I think the Saints, they're gonna do just enough. They'll get 24. I think 24-14 is a fair score for this game. I think Baker Mayfield and Christian McCaffrey are good for 2 touchdowns a game. But I just don't think they're good for anything else after that. This offense has been putrid. Baker Mayfield's been putrid. The pass protection's been putrid. The wide receivers have been putrid. The tight end play has been putrid. The defense has been underrated but not amazing. And the Saints have also been struggling. And they lost a heartbreaker last week. I think they're gonna come back and destroy the Falcons away at the Panthers Stadium. Next up is the Falcons Seahawks. I'm taking the Falcons. Marcus Mariota has been very good. I think it's going to be low scoring, 24-14, just a normal score. But Marcus Mariota has been very solid so far. I think he's the only quarterback so far this season who's thrown 250 yards and rushed for 75 yards in every single game, outside of Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts. Marcus Mariota has always been pretty decent as a starter. He just can't stay healthy. So if he can stay healthy, he'll consistently put up 250 yards throwing, a touchdown, and 75 yards rushing, and maybe a touchdown a week. That's his consistency. It's just like if he could stay healthy, hopefully he can. Maybe next year he'll be able to start somewhere else. But the Falcons, they could be a team that's going to be a little underrated so far. Next up is the Rams at Cardinals. I see a lot of people taking the Cardinals in an upset, but I'm going to stick with the Rams. I think it'll be really close, though. 24-21. Oh, 24-21 is going to be my prediction. I think the Rams, yet again, just like I said with the Bengals, it'll be a walk-off, game-winning field goal by Matt Gay. But I think the entire game, we're like, wow, Kyler Murray is playing really well. You know, Aaron Donald is going to be really good. Jalen Ramsey is going to be really good, but they almost lost to the Falcons last week, guys. This is a team that is going to be winning a lot of really close one-score games, and they're going to have a really good record. But we're going to be like, what the heck happened? Why are they playing so bad? You know, it's just a Super Bowl hangover. They don't have the same defense. They don't have the same offense. I think it's just going to be that's how it is. Matt Stafford is another year older. He doesn't have as much to prove. So I think this team is playing a lot more relaxed because it's a team full of Super Bowl winners who don't have a whole lot to prove anymore because they're now proven as we're one of the best teams in the league. The Cardinals, on the other hand, are going to play their heart out. They did win an amazing game last week with that fumble recovery touchdown by the Cardinals. I think they'll be playing very, very confident this game. But I think the Rams with the game-winning field goal will be able to win this. Next up is the Packers-Buccaneers. I'm taking the Buccaneers. It's going to be a pretty decent scoring game. I think it's going to be a 28-17. I still don't trust the Panthers receivers. I want to see another game or two, seeing these young receivers develop. The Buccaneers are playing without Mike Evans. Chris Godwin is still not 100% from his ACL. But you have Julio Jones. You have Cole Beasley, who just reactivated. And Cole Beasley is a guy who has almost 80 catches the last 2 seasons. He's not, he may be afraid of a needle, but he's not afraid of catching first down catches. So I think Cole Beasley and Julio Jones are able to do enough to get this team the win this week. I expect Leonard Fournette probably get to about 120 yards as well. I'm excited to see this Buccaneers team really develop over the season because they have a lot of older guys now. Obviously 2 years ago when Tom Brady came, they had a whole veteran team. But now those younger guys from the veteran team are now the veterans. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they developed over the season and what happens next year once Tom Brady retires. That'll be really interesting. I can't wait for Tom Brady to be in Cleveland, though, man. Because me and my family, we're going to the Browns versus Buccaneers game in Cleveland. I can't wait to go to that game. And that's gonna be Sunday night. Then Monday Night Football. Giants over the Cowboys. I'm predicting it. It's going to be a 28-7. I think it's going to be an absolute blowout by the Cowboys. 3 scores are going to be winning it by. This Cowboys offense, I don't believe in. Now, the Giants defense, I don't really believe in either. But I think they have a bit more pieces to win than the Cowboys offense. Cooper Rush, he beat the Bengals last week. Good on him. You're not being another team in the NFL. I'm surprised they haven't traded for Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, I guess they can't now. But I was surprised that before Trey Lance got hurt, they didn't trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm surprised by a lot of things, to be honest with you, with this Cowboys team. But, man, that defense is still pretty good. That offense is going to suck for a little bit, though, without Dak Prescott. We're going to see what happens when he comes back. But CeeDee Lamb is not proven to be that number 1 receiver. Noah Brown is being more consistent than he is right now. But, yeah, that's my predictions for next picks of the week 3 of the NFL season. If you guys did enjoy it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I post. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, please hit the like, comment, subscribe button. Hit the notification button notified when I post next. And go to the link tree below. Hit my Twitter and my TikTok. Follow me on everything. Yeah, if you guys do want to see this next week, let me know. I'll see you guys later. Peace and bye.